He is known for being an influential Buddhist monk and scholar from ancient India. He is recognized for his extensive writings on the Abhidharma and his contributions to the Sarvastivada and Sautrantika schools. His name is Vasubandhu. In the ancient city of Puruṣapura, a brilliant mind was born into a family of scholars and monks. Vasubandhu, a young boy with an insatiable thirst for knowledge, grew up surrounded by the teachings of Buddhism. His parents, recognizing his intellectual potential, urged him to study not just the scriptures but also the various schools of philosophy that existed during his time. As Vasubandhu delved deeper into the teachings, he became known for his keen intellect and philosophical prowess. His commentaries on the Abhidharma, from the perspectives of the Sarvastivada and Sautrantika schools, earned him great respect among his peers. However, it was his conversion to Mahayana Buddhism that truly set him on a path of profound influence. Together with his half-brother, Asana, Vasubandhu became one of the main founders of the Yogacara school. His philosophical verse works, particularly the Abhidharmakosakarika, would go on to shape the Indian Yogacara metaphysics of appearance only. This concept, described as a form of epistemological idealism, emphasized the subjective nature of perception and the interconnectedness of mind and reality. Vasubandhu's contributions extended beyond philosophy. He was a polymath, writing not only commentaries and works on logic but also engaging in devotional poetry. His intellect and creativity were revered, making him one of the most influential thinkers in the Indian Buddhist philosophical tradition. His legacy would continue to resonate in Tibetan and East Asian Buddhism, where his work served as a major source for non-Mahayana Abhidharma philosophy. Today, Vasubandhu's teachings continue to inspire scholars and practitioners alike. His exploration of consciousness, perception, and the nature of reality paved the way for future generations of thinkers to delve into the depths of the mind and seek a deeper understanding of existence. Vasubandhu, an esteemed philosopher of ancient times, delved deep into the intricacies of Abhidharma, the Buddhist philosophy. His work, Verses on the Treasury of the Abhidharma, was a comprehensive exploration of the Sarvastivada doctrine, encompassing various aspects such as cosmology, theories of perception, and the causes and elimination of moral problems. In his writings, Vasubandhu not only described the 75 dharmas, or phenomena, but also critiqued the Sarvastivada Abhidharma from a Sautantrika perspective. One of his major arguments focused on the concept of the self. He extensively analyzed and challenged the notion of a permanent, unchanging self, highlighting the impermanence and interdependence of all phenomena. Another significant critique put forth by Vasubandhu related to the Sarvastivada theory of the existence of the dharmas of the three time periods. He questioned the idea that dharmas exist in the past, present, and future, emphasizing the ever-changing nature of reality and the interconnectedness of all things. Furthermore, Vasubandhu vehemently opposed the concept of a creator god. He argued against the notion of a supreme being who controls and governs the universe, emphasizing instead the concept of dependent origination and the absence of an inherent, independent existence. Additionally, Vasubandhu challenged the Sarvastivada theory of avijñāptirūpa, which posited the existence of unperceivable entities. He questioned the validity of such a theory, advocating for a more empirical approach to understanding the nature of reality. Vasubandhu's philosophical inquiries were not limited to abstract theories and concepts. His teachings had practical implications for daily life. By recognizing the impermanence and interdependence of all things, individuals could cultivate a sense of non-attachment and acceptance, leading to greater contentment and peace of mind. His critiques of the self also highlighted the importance of letting go of ego-centered thinking and embracing a more compassionate and interconnected worldview. By understanding that our sense of self is not fixed or separate from others, we can foster empathy and understanding in our interactions with fellow beings. Vasubandhu's philosophy, rooted in the ancient Abhidharma tradition, continues to offer valuable insights into the nature of existence and the human experience. It encourages us to question our assumptions, challenge conventional beliefs, and cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Vasubandhu, a renowned Buddhist philosopher, embarked on a profound critique of the self, challenging the prevailing notions of personal identity and the soul. His primary aim was to defend the Buddhist doctrine of anatman, which denies the existence of a permanent, independent self. Moreover, he sought to critique both the Buddhist personalist school and the Hindu view of the soul. Through his analysis, Vasubandhu aimed to expose the illusory nature of the self, which transcends the five skandhas, or aggregates of existence. In his exploration, Vasubandhu began by highlighting the soteriological motive behind his argument. He posited that any belief in an independently real self hinders the attainment of nirvana, the ultimate goal of Buddhist practice. To substantiate his claim, Vasubandhu turned to epistemic grounds, asserting that true reality can only be known through perception or inference. Perception allows one to directly observe the objects of the six sense spheres, while inference allows for the inference of the existence of sense organs. However, Vasubandhu contended that there is no logical inference for the existence of a solid, independent self separate from the constant flux of sense perceptions and mental activities. He further argued that since the self lacks causal efficiency, it is merely a convention and a conceptual construction. This argument specifically targeted the Buddhist Pudgalavada school, which proposed a notion of a person dependent on the five aggregates while also maintaining a distinct identity to explain the continuity of personality. For Vasubandhu, this understanding was illogical, as he believed the self to be composed of ever-changing sensory organs, sense impressions, ideas, and mental processes. In essence, any perceived unity of selfhood was a false projection. Vasubandhu's critique extended beyond the Buddhist context, challenging non-Buddhist Hindu views of the Atman, or the eternal soul. By analyzing the disorder and constant flux of mental events, he refuted the Hindu concept of the self as a controller. He questioned how an eternal, uncaused agent could remain unaffected by physical and mental causes and how it could interact with the mind. Furthermore, Vasubandhu addressed various objections to the Buddhist notion of not-self, including the workings of karma and the concept of rebirth. He pointed to the causal continuum of aggregates and processes that undergo changes, leading to future karmic events and rebirth. In conclusion, Vasubandhu's critique of the self offers a profound exploration of Buddhist philosophy. By challenging the existence of a permanent, independent self, he encourages a deeper understanding of the nature of personal identity and the illusory nature of the self. His analysis provides valuable insights that can help us navigate the complexities of daily life, encouraging us to question our assumptions about selfhood and embrace the impermanence and interconnectedness of all things. Vasubandhu, a brilliant philosopher of his time, delved into the depths of Buddhist philosophy, particularly focusing on the concept of space and time. During his era, there was a heated debate between two Buddhist traditions, the Sarvastivadins and the Sautrantikas. The Sarvastivadins believed in the existence of dharmas in all three times, while the Sautrantikas embraced the notion of extreme momentariness. In his seminal work, the Abhidharmakosakarika, Vasubandhu initially presented the Sarvastivadin theory, as it was the prevailing view at the time. However, he didn't stop there. In his commentary, he fearlessly critiqued this theory, advocating for the Sautrantikas' perspective on momentariness. According to Vasubandhu, each dharma, or phenomenon, exists only for a fleeting moment, exerting its causal efficacy before self-destructing. In this view, the stream of experience is a continuous series of momentary dharmas. Vasubandhu further expanded on the concept of momentariness in his later work, the Karmasiddhi Prakara. In this text, he explored the issue of karma and its continuity. He introduced the idea of the storehouse consciousness, a repository that stores karmic seeds and transcends the cycle of rebirth. This explanation shed light on how karma is transferred and maintained across lifetimes. The philosophy of momentariness has profound implications for our daily lives. It reminds us that everything is impermanent, constantly changing and evolving. Just as Vasubandhu believed in the ephemeral nature of dharmas, we too can embrace the transience of our experiences. This perspective encourages us to appreciate each passing moment and seize the opportunities that arise before they vanish. It teaches us to let go of attachments, understanding that nothing remains the same forever. As Vasubandhu himself once pondered, my life will recur in exactly identical fashion. This statement encapsulates the essence of his philosophy of momentariness. It invites us to reflect on the cyclic nature of existence, emphasizing the importance of embracing the present moment and finding meaning within it. By understanding and accepting the impermanence of life, we can navigate its uncertainties with grace and wisdom. Vasubandhu, the renowned Buddhist philosopher, delved into the depths of consciousness and perception, presenting his theory of Vijñaptimatra, or appearance only. This philosophy has been interpreted in various ways, such as representation only or consciousness only. Some scholars compare Vasubandhu's ideas to phenomenology, while others see similarities to the idealism of Kant and George Berkeley. In his work, The 20 Verses, Vasubandhu introduces the dream argument as a means to demonstrate that mental representations can appear to be constrained by space and time. He skillfully employs the example of mass hallucinations to counter doubts about the possibility of shared mental appearances. To refute the claim that mere mental events lack causal efficacy, Vasubandhu presents the analogy of a wet dream. Additionally, he critiques physical theories like Buddhist atomism and Hindu monism, highlighting the rationality and simplicity of his appearance-only perspective. The 30 verses further expound on the Yogacara theory of the 8 consciousnesses. Vasubandhu elucidates how each consciousness can be transcended through the stages of enlightenment, leading to unmediated cognition. By purifying the stream of consciousness from contaminations and defilements, one can achieve a state of enlightened awareness. Moreover, Vasubandhu's treatise on Buddha nature played a significant role in East Asian Buddhism, popularizing the concept of Tathagatagarbha. Vasubandhu's exploration of appearance-only philosophy offers valuable insights that extend beyond the realm of academia. It encourages us to question the nature of our perceptions and the boundaries of our consciousness. By recognizing the illusory nature of appearances and understanding the impact of mental representations on our experiences, we can cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness. Vasubandhu's teachings invite us to cleanse our consciousness from impurities, paving the way for personal growth and enlightenment in our daily lives. Vasubandhu, the renowned Buddhist philosopher, delves deep into the nature of reality in his philosophy, particularly in his discussion of the three natures and the concept of non-duality. According to Vasubandhu, our experience of the world can be understood through three modes or natures: the fabricated nature, the dependent nature, and the absolute nature. The fabricated nature refers to the world of everyday experience and mental appearances. It is the reality we perceive through our senses and the concepts we construct in our minds. This fabricated nature is the realm of illusions and delusions, where our perceptions can be misleading and deceptive. On the other hand, the dependent nature represents the causal process that gives rise to the fabricated nature. It is the interconnectedness and interdependence of all things in the world. The dependent nature shows us that everything is connected and influenced by various causes and conditions, shaping our experiences and perceptions. But Vasubandhu goes even further to explore the absolute nature, which goes beyond the subject-object distinction. The absolute nature is the way things are in themselves, without any conceptual divisions or dualities. It is the ultimate reality, where there is no separation between the perceiver and the perceived. Vasubandhu emphasizes that non-duality encompasses both conceptual and perceptual aspects. To say that something is non-dual means that it is not only conceptually undivided but also perceptually undivided. This challenges our conventional understanding of reality, where we tend to create divisions between ourselves and the external world. Vasubandhu uses the analogy of a magician who casts a spell to make a piece of wood appear as an elephant. Similarly, we are often fooled by the illusion of self and duality, mistaking them for reality. The key to true wisdom, according to Vasubandhu, lies in seeing through this illusion and recognizing the non-dual nature of existence. Understanding Vasubandhu's philosophy of the three natures and non-duality can have profound implications for our daily lives. It encourages us to question our fixed perspectives and break free from the limitations of dualistic thinking. By realizing the interconnectedness of all things and the illusory nature of our perceptions, we can cultivate a deeper sense of compassion, empathy, and acceptance towards ourselves and others. Vasubandhu, a prominent Buddhist philosopher, had a deep interest in logic and its application in philosophical debate. He believed that constructing logically flawless arguments was essential to engage in meaningful discussions and strengthen his contributions to the traditions of dialectical contestability. His dedication to formal logic marked the beginning of Indian formal logic, and his work, Method for Argumentation, stands as a testament to his commitment. Method for Argumentation is the earliest surviving treatise on logic by Vasubandhu. The title itself, Method for Argumentation, reveals his primary motivation: to shape arguments that are formally flawless. His pursuit of logical precision stemmed from his passion for engaging in philosophical debate, where the strength of one's arguments determines the validity of their ideas. Vasubandhu's work in logic also laid the foundation for future developments in the field. His contributions paved the way for philosophers like Dignaga and Dharmakirti to further expand upon his ideas and delve deeper into the intricacies of logical reasoning. In a world where debate and discussion are integral parts of intellectual growth, Vasubandhu's philosophy of logic remains relevant in our daily lives. By understanding the principles of formal logic and crafting logically sound arguments, we can actively participate in meaningful conversations, challenge our own beliefs, and seek truth. Vasubandhu's emphasis on logical precision serves as a reminder of the importance of critical thinking and rationality in navigating the complexities of life.
Do you want to explore more philosophers? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.